Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everyone. This is me, Jonathan Alexander, and I'm here to host our show, Life After Happiness. Today, I have my co-host, Kelly. Are you there, Kelly?
Yes. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
And I have my other co-host, Barbara. Are you there, Barbara?
Yes. Hi, everybody.
Hey, birthday girl.
Hi. Our Life After Happiness psychic is here, too. That's Karen Page. Are you there, Karen?
I am here, Mr. Jonathan. How are you? How is
Now,
everybody? I love you guys.
Love
Good.
you. Great.
Now, being Robin, Robin is a friend of yours, Barbara. You know her better than anybody. Why don't you introduce her?
Oh, Robin is one of my closest friends, and I know her from Seattle, where we're from, and I think it's about, is it 15 or 16 years now, Robin, that we've been friends?
I think it's over 20.
Oh,
But who's counting?
Wow.
Yeah, who's counting? I know.
Yes, and I met her because she used to go out with my brother, and she's so great. They broke up, but I wouldn't let her go.
I was
That's
going
right,
to
we're
say,
family.
well, the
Yes.
whole point of them dating was for you to become friends.
We
Yes.
agree.
It had nothing to do with her and your brother.
And not just
Wow.
friends. We have like this total soul sister connection.
Sisters. Yep,
It's really family.
absolutely.
Yeah, it really is.
It's that moment. It's funny, when I met Kelly, it was like, there you are. Where have you been? You know?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. We have that
Yeah.
connection, and Robin's the kind of person that everybody wants to know. She is so social, and
Well,
everybody
she has a
loves
beautiful
her.
heart, and who wouldn't love her? You know, I mean,
Oh, guys.
and if anybody doesn't, call me. I'll take care of them for you. You know? And clearly they have no taste, so, you know, what's the point?
That's okay. That's okay. At my old age, I'm liking a little more alone time, so it works.
And hey, Robin, isn't
Well,
it
honey,
Robin
none of us are old
tomorrow?
enough to be in old age. Okay? Just remember that.
That's true. Many lifetimes.
Those silly numbers they weigh us down with, you know? I just don't understand.
Yeah.
What's that have to do with anything? I say to friends whose kids are now 20 and 30, I look at them and go, that's not right. That's impossible. And they look at me and go, what do you mean? I said, because if your kids are, pick an age, then that means you are, and that means I am. And see, that's just not right. I'm not old enough to be that old.
That's right.
And it's her birthday tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday, girl.
Thank you. It's my
I love
birthday.
that. And everybody's
That's
got
right.
birthdays
Yes,
coming up.
You and Barbara have birthdays. So this, in a way, is kind of your birthday present.
That
It
is
totally
so
is.
great.
Yeah, thanks. And it's actually a better timing because I'm going to have all this information waking up on my birthday. So it's even better.
That is so wonderful, sweetheart. That is so wonderful.
Thank you. I love birthdays, so I'm okay.
Me too. Isn't that funny? I said to Barbara the other day, we get one day a year.
That's right.
It's like, you know, that's ours to manifest things, to look back at the year and let go what is no longer working in our lives, and to move forward.
And to ask our partners to do whatever we want them to, and they can't complain. It's really just amazing.
Oh, well, they can, but, you know, sometimes it doesn't matter. They do that anyway.
Not on your birthday.
Robin,
I'll even be like, wait, what was that look?
Karen, you said you had
Karen,
my friend
questions for
Jonathan.
Karen.
Yeah,
What, dear?
Karen, you're so. Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Jonathan was saying something. What did you say, honey?
she has a lot of questions. She's been writing
Oh,
down.
good. Let's get
so you
to
know.
it.
Okay.
Well, I do have a lot of questions, but I think that if you even just have things popping up, hey, I'm here
okay.
to listen.
Great, because I just need to say what I'm going to say, and then I'll ask you if you have any other questions. Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. This next year, from tomorrow for a year, you're going to have profound change in your life. I do want to talk to you about your father's health because this feels like it is of great concern to me, and I don't know your dad.
Yeah.
And he is Mr. No, I'm fine, okay, until he's not. And it feels like he has been ignoring a couple of ongoing issues that feel serious, but they can become really critically serious if the grown-up doesn't take over and help get him to the doctor. And that means you, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Okay? And if you say to him, I know how stubborn he is and does not want to do any of that, it's like, I'm fine, all right? No, you're not, okay? And if you ask him to do it for you, he will do it. Doing it for himself, he won't do it.
Okay.
He'll say, we'll talk about it next week. He'll keep putting it off until, a year from Christmas, and then it's going to be way too late. Okay?
Yeah.
And so you need to be the one that is proactive, and I'm sorry to put that on you, but if you don't, let's see, there is no nice way to say this to you, sweetheart. You will lose your dad.
Yeah.
Sooner than his time, and I don't think any of that's a surprise to you.
No.
So I'm asking you to please, okay, that needs to be the number one thing at the top of the list.
Okay.
That you take care of, okay? And also because he has not, he's just sort of let things be in his life. Do you know what I mean? He has not been like he used to be where he would take care of things. He has not been doing that at all for this last year and a half. And he needs somebody that is lovingly poking at him and going, come on, Dad, let's do this. Because he will do it for you. Can I ask you a weird question? Do you have a brother?
I do.
Oh, okay. I'm going, oh, that's right. That's right. Barbara said, right. I forgot that. All of a sudden, it's like he popped up, and it's like, who is that? All of a sudden, when I said it, it was like, oh, my God, yeah, of course.
Well, no, so I dated Barbara's brother, and then I also
but you have a brother.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Boy, you guys are as different as chalk and cheese, okay? I mean, are you sure you guys are related? I mean, it's not a real question, honey,
right.
But wow. I mean, he just didn't get the memo to participate or care, did he?
Well, he's overseas, and so that,
Sweetheart,
that
and isn't that a great excuse? Even when he was right in the same room, it was all about him.
Fair.
Okay? And so you are the family caretaker, all right? And if you can get your dad to a doctor, this will be much easier on everybody because he won't have to be going anywhere real quickly. And he is not going to become an invalid. He'll still have his independence, which is critically important, okay?
Yeah.
Because without that, he will not want to be here.
Yeah.
And you know that. I mean, he's fiercely independent. And there's nothing wrong with his mind, thank God. It's so funny every time someone says to me, "Oh, I feel terrible, my body, this is happening and that's happening, and I look at him and go, oh, you mean just like a car that you have to take care of? You know?
Mhm.
When your car gets a little older, you have to take it in and do some maintenance on it, and this is what it feels like with your dad. And they
Yeah.
can fix this with certain, and you have to understand, I believe if there's a natural way to fix something with your health, I'm at that table. However, your father, this feels like it will be ongoing medication for him, but it will save his life, and boy, will he sure feel a lot better.
Yeah.
This doesn't feel like he's hospitalized. This doesn't feel like surgery. It feels like, his body is slowing down and he doesn't want to deal with it. And it also feels like he's had terrible, I keep wanting to say discomfort, chest discomfort. Like his heart is having to work overtime. But this feels like this can be fixed with medication, which he will have to take every day, but it will save his life.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
You'll see. I always tell my mom on my headstone we'd put, wait, you'll see. And this feels like you will, it's a funny way to put it, but you'll understand what I mean when I say this. It feels like you get your dad back.
Yeah, so right now we have what's standing in the way of me helping. I was advocating for him last year and got him kind of into a rehab program, not rehab, drugs or alcohol, but rehab.
No,
for his
I know what
body.
you mean. I knew what you meant.
But now there's this woman who's come into his life, and so
Sweetheart,
he doesn't.
Yes. You know what? And you
What?
need to. He is your father.
Yeah.
He's the new kid on the block.
Yeah.
And if you say to him, look, Dad, I want you to be happy and healthy.
Mhm.
Okay? I understand that you care about her, and I respect that. However, I'm asking you to do this for me, and I've known you a whole lot longer.
So she seems to be the only person he'll bust a move for, but I'm just
Sweetheart,
wondering
I hear
how
you,
long she'll
but
last.
when you have a meaningful conversation with him,
Mhm.
and you need to tell him, I'm not trying to interfere with your relationship. I want you to be happy, but I also want you to be healthy and live long enough so you can enjoy, if you want to be with her, a whole lot more years.
Yeah.
And you can cross your fingers behind your back when you say that to him.
Mhm.
Because she is a control freak and uses your dad, and it's heartbreaking. But he thinks nobody's going to want him.
Yeah.
And it's sad because he's a lovely person. He does not get that, about himself.
Yeah.
But if you talk to him, he will hear you. And you need to make it very clear that you're not trying to isolate him. You want him to be healthy and happy. So if he wants to be with her, he can have all the time that he wants with her. But he can enjoy it.
Mhm.
Got it?
Yes. Thank you.
Because this is not a fight.
Yeah.
I want you to consider it a negotiation with your father.
Mhm.
Got it?
Mhm.
And and you and I both know that she is about as sincere as a turnip, in this relationship. I would not trust her as far as I could pitch China with my fingernail.
Yeah.
And she's a predator.
Mhm.
But he does not see that.
Right.
This is what she does. And if he were feeling better about himself and starting with physically, and not feeling like he's 184 years old, he would see what she is.
Mhm.
So that's why I'm asking you to please. Okay, this is not a battle. This is a negotiation. And when he understands that you are not a threat to that relationship, you want him to be happy.
Yeah, of course.
You know? No, he needs to understand that.
Yeah.
You know? And that's why you want to make sure that he is healthy, because you know that he hasn't been feeling well, and he won't do it for himself, but please do it for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then he will. And so he can have more time with Miss Creepy. Oh, I guess you can't call her that to him.
No, that's the nicest thing I've heard her called by any of our family members.
Yeah.
So we'll go with Miss Creepy.
Keeping in mind, Robin, I'm keeping in mind we're on the air.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for the reminder.
I had a whole bunch of selective other choices, but I figured Creepy was clean enough to put on the air.
Starts with the same letter, but yes.
That's exactly right. But what we're thinking has fewer letters. Yeah.
Yes. I like to put thunder in the front of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's at the top of the list. Okay, you are not to be reactive. Okay?
Yes.
You are to breathe and be rational when you speak to him. Do not be emotional.
Yeah.
Because, he can't deal with that. He doesn't even know where to put that.
He doesn't know what emotions are.
Well, I rest my case. So that's why I said to you it's a negotiation. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that is the first thing. The second thing is, have you been looking at moving again?
Well, I was going to ask you, Steph.
Well, that's what it feels like. It feels like that door is going to open up actually starting next month. And from next month to the end of January, feels like you could be in a brand new place.
So I did move. The last time I talked to you, I was telling you that I'll remind you because I know you can't remember all the conversations.
I'm sorry.
But that's okay. There was a building that we were moving into temporarily for work, and I got this I've never had paranormal.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
That several people had died in it. Yeah.
So all of a sudden I got a new job, and it was a major move. I mean, it was like moving a house almost. And I got a $30,000 raise for the same job. I mean, it's just nuts.
Oh. Congratulations, sweetheart.
Wow. Thank you. So
so
it's a big deal. Thanks. And so I just got into my space yesterday.
Okay,
but
that's the move.
Technically that's the move because it really starts next month, technically September. So
got it.
Yeah. Big deal.
Well, they're also they're going to talk to you about also doing something else that it would involve some traveling. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to love this, and they'll pay you more money than the $30,000 raise.
Keep talking.
Well, this feels like you become the fixer.
Mhm.
Okay? You talk about this will be your dream job. It's something that you are incredibly good at. You have a lovely way that you communicate with people. And you become like the problem solver. Yeah, we can make this work. And you come up with the solutions to help make these things work. But it involves traveling.
Sounds good. Can we travel globally, please?
Yes. That will come a little, I keep wanting to say after spring next year.
Okay.
That's when the global part will start. But it feels like the all over the US you'll be doing starting in the winter and onward. And that will be an ongoing part, but probably 4 times a year you will make global trips and go to cover 2 or 3 different, maybe 4 places.
Okay.
Okay, you're going to love this. Woohoo!
Oh, I know. That's
I'm happy.
You just keep talking. I'm digging it.
Well, it's so interesting because all of a sudden they see you.
Mhm.
Isn't that interesting? It's like you weren't invisible before, but all of a sudden they're going, "Oh my God, she can do this and she can do. Oh my God, yeah." And you're going to have 2 big advocates with this new job that are going to become your champions.
I like it.
Both men. Okay, one is
Okay.
young, one is older, and you're going to laugh when I say this. If you didn't know him, okay, if he got any more rigid, he would whistle "God Save the Queen" out his butt. Okay, but that's really not who he is. He just on the surface, he looks like he went to a private school where they said "Stand up straight, Richard," or whatever his name is, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And there is this exterior that he has that appears to be very rigid, but he is not really. And when you have conversations with him, he's warm and he's kind and he actually hears you. And you are, I just got chills all over me. And you will be one of the few people that he trusts with some of the major expansions that they are making. And he has a little minion that follows him around, a younger guy that it's like he's training him. And I don't mean he's 20, okay, but he's younger than Mr. All that, okay?
Okay.
And nice as nice can be. He just wants to do things right.
Mm-hmm.
And this is such a wonderful job that you got. I can't even tell you. You talk about the perfect fit. Wow. I mean, talk about major growth. You're going to look back at your life in a year from tomorrow and go, how did that happen? Because it'll feel like a blink. I'm so happy for you. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you. Are there any steps I need to be taking or just ride the wave? I mean,
honey, be you.
Yeah.
Because you are very good at what you do and you are finally in a position where they will see you.
Mhm.
And they were not before.
Yeah.
You really were almost invisible before. Only that is not the case any longer. I love this.
Thank you. Yeah, I kept getting the whole, you need to be more realistic. You're too idealistic. And I was like, well, my realistic is idealistic. And, I'm like Barbara, sure as shit. You manifest things. Kelly's been manifesting things. Jonathan's been manifesting things. It really works. I mean, it's amazing.
Isn't that the whole point?
Yeah.
I mean, I always ask, what the heck are we doing here? That's part of the lessons. Our mind is the most powerful part of us.
Wow.
So
speaking of the mind.
And so
oh my gosh.
To be in that horrible building. Isn't that amazing?
No, it's nutty. It's nutty. And I had never really thought about leaving my job until I went to that building and was like, nope.
I'm out of here. Yep.
I'm out of here. And then I wasn't out of there because I didn't get another offer. And then a week after it was summertime and I was like, oh my gosh, I got a job offer. I mean, it was just you know, and then I blindsided everyone at my old job.
You were ready.
Yeah.
And you needed, you know, there's a difference when people say, I really want to change my job, okay? And they say the words, but they don't really mean it. They don't understand the impact of that.
Mhm.
And when you really meant it, that's when the universe said, oh, she really means it this time.
Well, and
like,
you had told me to get a red bracelet. I'm wearing
right.
it, and I also went into that building, and I really do think that just kind of the little bit of mental work and just bringing it up with you on the phone. It was with a couple of the other psychics also one day.
Yep.
It was 3 of you, I think, and I really think that shifted the energy. I mean, because I went to that building to get my things, and it felt different, and
well,
I
you
do
were
feel
no
complete
longer,
with it.
You were no longer vulnerable to that.
Mm-hmm.
Protection is a powerful thing, and it can come in the most invisible ways. It's so amazing to me, and I've looked at it for years, and I always think, wow, isn't that incredible how that works? You know? But that was not your stuff that was in that building. You were just sensitive to it. You know,
I was sensitive to it, and I feel better about whoever the little past lives were. I feel better. Like I almost feel like we connected without saying anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
You acknowledged them. They were no longer invisible.
Yeah. Oh shit. And that's what I needed to.
Well, that was what you were there for.
Mhm.
It was for them and for you.
Oh my gosh, that is deep.
Well, but it's true.
You're right. I needed acknowledgement, and I think ever since I was a little kid or whatever, I just need a little acknowledgement, not much. I just need someone to be like, wow.
Somebody to see you.
Yeah.
It's so funny because every once in a while we'll talk about when you meet somebody and they immediately get you.
Mhm.
And what that feels like, that is so completely different than anything else. And trying to put it into words is practically impossible, you know, because unless somebody's experienced that, they don't know what that means.
Mhm.
And it is incredibly profound. And people forget that when somebody is gone and into the next world, whether it is unfortunately the way the people in that building left, or it is natural, sometimes they have lived a whole life where nobody noticed them.
Yeah.
Or nobody got them.
Mhm.
And being acknowledged that's not your ego talking. That's, does anybody get me? I mean, you're talking to the original weird kid, okay? I understand.
I'm guessing all of us were the weird kids.
Oh my God, that's what I said last night to Barbara. Look at us, the 4 of us, when we were talking about somebody being different. Somebody talking about them being different, and it's like, really? Do you realize who you're talking to here?
We're the odd squad.
That's exactly right. But we are the special snowflakes without being special snowflakes. Come on. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think we're the lucky ones because we didn't know that we were different until we were grown-ups. And then we kind of went, oh, poor dears, they just didn't have any idea that it's okay to be them. You know?
Yeah.
And I wouldn't trade a minute of it.
Mhm.
And, you know, I'm sure you heard me say a couple of times, if somebody ever wants you to be any different than you are, taller, shorter, thinner, blonder, fatter, thinner, pick one, tell them to go find that.
I thought you were going to say something else, but it's on there.
Yeah, well, that's their problem, not yours. Got nothing to do with you, darling. It's like, and it's such an interesting lesson for us as human beings. And you are, it's funny because, sorry to bring this up again, your brother, he never got that memo, you know, and he's still trying to prove something.
Yeah.
And it's sad because the interesting part to me is he's trying to prove it to himself, only it's become like a bottomless pit that will never be enough. It's sad, you know? And I think to myself, my God, look what you've accomplished, and you still, it's never enough. And he doesn't, he puts on a facade, but he doesn't understand that there's nothing wrong with him. You know? It's okay to be a little different. And, excuse the expression, idealistic.
Yeah.
I'm the girl that started the Pollyanna Club. I know. So, yes. And it is, you know, yeah. No, I really did.
Well, you're so alternative now, but you were that
but
little
I
person.
always have been my whole life. I mean, I told this story to Barbara's daughter. You know, I was the weird kid in school. I was taller than anybody in the school except one teacher, taller than every boy, girl, duck, frog, everybody, you know. And I was excruciatingly shy, had a terrible stutter, and was the weird kid that just knew stuff. It made me wildly popular, let me say, you know. And ask me if I cared what anyone ever thought of me. The only people that mattered to me, what they thought, were God and my mother. And since I know where my mom is and who she's hanging out with, it was all on God. And everybody else's opinion, boy, it's tough being human, isn't it?
Well, so I'll share with you too that I am a teacher. I work with kindergartners, and so I really want to do some big things with meditation.
Oh, you're going to, sweetheart. You're going to. But you will have an opportunity to implement some new programs that are not even remotely thought to be possible in a school.
You're reading my mind. Oh, wait, literally.
Well, actually, I always said I'm just the kid that lives in Tomorrowland, you know.
Oh, man.
And you'll implement programs that literally become a part. They'll spread like wildfire across the U.S. because
that's the term I keep using. It's going to be wildfire.
Yep, thank you. And it would be, and then there will be. Remember the international part? Yeah, I get chills all over me when I say this to you. You will be able to go and introduce these programs. Excuse the expression, overseas.
Yeah.
And I love this. I'm doing the happy dance. Yeah. I mean, it's like.
Yeah, I'm all goose pimply.
Yep. Well,
yeah, it's the real deal.
This is real. This is very real. And you will develop the formula for these classes, the curriculum for these classes. Yeah. But they are unlike anything that is even remotely available. You would have to go to a very specialized type of school.
Okay.
To get these. And that is not the case with this. This feels like you literally, and it'll be probably 3 or 4 years before it is actually implemented globally.
Yeah.
But across the U.S., I think it's going to catch on. I'm not kidding, like wildfire, because there will be such an enormous increase in, excuse the expression, performance. And people don't realize that just because they're in kindergarten, it doesn't mean that they're not emotionally more mature than their age.
They're more intuitive.
Oh, my God, because they're not told what they can't do.
Yeah.
And you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
I am so grateful that I had the mother that I had, because she is the only one that gave me permission to be exactly who I was. And I can do my work because my mother let me know that it was okay just to be me.
So that's with taking this new job, I've been in trainings for the last week, and it's, these curriculums that I'm like, oh, crap. So it's okay. I have to learn all this stuff to play the game and to make my networks and my connections.
Not only that, it will open the door, because do you remember the guy, Mr. Rigid?
Yes, he's going to be part of this.
Well, he is going to become your biggest advocate, and he is the one right now that has a lot of power.
Yeah.
And he will help make the programs that you develop this curriculum for. He's the one that will open that door.
So I have my eye on Mr. Rigid, and he's doing a lot of transcendental meditation stuff, like globally right now.
I rest my honey. I'm not surprised. Remember what I said to you? When people see him, they have no idea who he is.
Yeah.
The funny part is when people meet me, I've been to business meetings with clients all over the world. Okay? And I am introduced as their colleague. The last thing on the planet they would think I do is that I'm a psychic. I try and leave my cape and my turban at home. And I try not to walk in with my hand out saying, hello, I'm Madame Zaza. I leave all that at home, And it's the last thing. And he is the guy that you would look at, and he is the last person on the planet that you would think does TM. Only inside, do you remember what I said to you? He is so warm and so accessible, and you and he will speak the same language. And he will be very open to, wow, that's a great idea. Let's see if we can find a way. And he will become your biggest advocate. I like him.
Yeah, I want to take his material and modify it for children, but I don't even know where to begin with that. He's so knowledgeable.
Honey, you will, and I know you'll laugh at me. I want you to sit down, and I want you to meditate for a little bit, and I want you to ask the universe to help you open that door and show you the way to modify these programs.
Thank you.
And I promise you'll wake up going, I get it. You'll go to sleep for a little while, making yourself crazy, going, oh, my God. Stop doing that.
I know, yeah.
Because that does nothing but clutter up your mind.
Okay.
And when you know that the answer's out there, trust me, it's coming.
Yeah.
You just have to be open to it and know that it is there, because you're in such a perfect position to start doing this. And it will take time to design the curriculum.
So my next question then is that knowing all these other hoops I have to jump through for this job I've got right now, I was going to do my research part of my graduate school next spring, but I just found out that I can hold it off a year. And so I kind of feel like I should, because I need to actually establish this relationship with this person. So then I'm really clear about the research I want to do.
And to feel comfortable.
Uh-huh.
This is not going to change. And this has a life all its own. I mean, it's crystal clear to me.
Yeah.
You need to understand that it's not going anywhere.
Okay.
And it's not a race. It's not going to expire. Okay? Relax. It's go where it leads you.
Mhm.
Because I promise it's coming. And exactly what you need will be presented to you. And the opportunities, Richard is the one that will open that door, and he will wind up being part of this with you, but not in a literal sense, almost
right.
in a figurative, more quiet sense. I like him.
Yeah. If it's who I think it is, he's going to be an incredible mentor. Like, he's changing the world.
Yes,
and I'm going to help him.
He just does not quite know that right now.
Mhm.
But I like him very much. I have incredible respect for him, and there is so much more to him than people see. And remember when we were talking about when you get somebody immediately and they get you? This is a perfect example of that. And I don't believe anybody meets by accident. And trust me, you and he did not meet by accident.
Mhm.
There's a journey you're both taking. I like
Exciting.
it.
Robin,
you have no idea.
I wanted to ask you, Robin, I'm so curious.
Yes.
How long is your commute now? I remember you had a long drive at the previous job.
Yeah, it will never be more than like 25 minutes ever.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, it's just awesome. Everything about it is awesome. But this building that I'm in, I do want to share with you guys also that this building that I'm going to be in, it's just for a year also. It's a kindergarten overflow school, which I think is incredible because we'll have all the kindergarten teachers in one place for like the best professional development for a year. And then we move into the district, and it's a small district. It's out of Seattle. And so we're going to have this huge influence on the whole school district. We're going to be the roots. And it's this building that my partner and his two brothers went to elementary school, and we were moving furniture in. And he said, wait, I was in this classroom. It's so sweet. So it's
love it.
It's all coming full circle. And another reason why I had kind of looked at this district, because I knew that they were paying more, is because my dog had died in the spring. And when she died that week, we realized, oh, shit, now we have to pay these $12,000 worth of vet bills that we accrued. And so I said, well, the responsible thing to do would be for me to look at higher paying school districts. And if she hadn't died that week, when I looked up the jobs, they expired within 24 hours of me looking it up. I had to scramble and get my resume and my references and everything. And so her timing for dying, it was like we were so heartbroken. But if she hadn't died that week, I wouldn't have this job.
Wow.
Now, I have a question. Wow. Robin, did you get all your questions answered?
I can keep going unless you've got somebody else who's chomping at the bit. That's up to you guys.
Okay. I mean, I don't want to cut you off. Are you sure? You're sure it's okay?
Well, I do have questions about health stuff and spirit guides, but
go with health.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the health stuff I want to cover. The spirit guides we will talk about another time. Okay.
Sounds good.
So, what did you want to know about your health, sweetheart?
So in this transcendental meditation boot camp that I did recently, I believe that I reset my autonomic nervous system to be able to eat foods that I was told I was intolerant to before. And I just want to get a sense of, if I don't know if you do a scan of bodies or how it works for you, if you see anything I need to work on health-wise.
Well, the only thing that concerns me is your digestive system.
Uh-huh.
That's the part that feels extra sensitive to me.
Okay, so I was hoping I had healed it, but you're thinking that maybe not quite.
Well, I think if you continue the meditation,
Uh-huh.
and you can focus on that because that doesn't happen overnight. Our bodies, I mean, you're talking to someone, I had 2 hemorrhaging ulcers before I was 17.
Wow.
And so I understand. However, there is a way to do it and a way to do it. And if you can be patient just a little bit,
okay,
you will be able to heal this, but it may take don't do it haphazardly. Do it on a consistent basis. I don't care if it's 5 or 10 minutes a day.
Okay.
Okay? Because that will help you heal that part of your body. They told me if I did not figure out how to deal with being so sensitive, hello, are you listening, Robin?
Yeah. Yeah.
That they'd have to take out half my stomach. And I said, well, that's not good. We don't want to do that.
No.
And
not the way to lose weight.
Well, that's not the way, But so what I did is I taught myself how to meditate. And then I wound up teaching it and creating meditation classes. And that's why I love hearing Kelly do the guided meditations, because it just fills my heart, And she does a beautiful job with it. And people get it. It's true, sweetheart. It impacts people's lives.
Aww.
And it can Robin can heal her body by doing that and focusing on that. So please, I'm asking you to give that to yourself as a gift.
I will.
Okay?
Yep. Thank you guys so much for your time. What an honor.
Happy birthday, Dolly.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
I love you.
We love you, Robin.
Okay.
Thanks for always
Thanks,
supporting
Robin.
us and being our soul sister.
No, she's so sweet.
Got it.
Love you so
She
much.
is lovely. Hi, who we got?
Is 269.
Hello.
269 area code.
Hello, how are you?
Every day's a good day, sweetheart. How are you?
Doing well. I don't know if I have any specific questions. Just kind of an overall. I feel like I'm stuck in life in many ways, and just what's going to improve.
Well, I know you're going to laugh when I say this, or as I can see Jonathan just smile every time I say that. I'm asking you to please, okay, stop being afraid of what you cannot control.
Okay.
Because it's your fear that's stopping you from moving forward. And it feels like it's old stuff.
I feel like that too, yeah.
Yeah, this doesn't feel like it has anything that's going on right now. So I'm asking you if you can let go of that. And I'm going to say to you exactly what I just said to the girl that I was speaking to earlier, Robin. It's about learning how to focus on, are you clear about what you want?
I'm not.
No.
And that's, I think.
That's exactly. That I knew the answer. I wanted you to hear yourself say it. okay? I'm asking you to please, I want you to start looking at the possibilities, okay? And
Okay.
because your life, once you do that, you will move not just where you're living. I'm not talking about just residence. It feels like you may change states, okay?
Okay.
And it feels like you'll open everything up. But it feels
Okay.
like it's the Karenism of used to-ness, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want you worrying about what anybody else thinks. Their opinion is irrelevant when it comes to you being happy, because you're not looking at doing something that is injurious to another person or their life, okay?
Yeah.
This is something that is, you have been emotionally anorexic for the last 7 or 8 years, and it's time for you to start feeding your soul.
That's a very good way to put it. That's about when I left my ex-husband. So
I rest my case, you know?
Yeah.
And that was to save your life, sweetheart.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay? Period. And I'm talking about in 10 different ways. Okay?
Right.
So you did the right thing, but now it's like, what's your first name?
Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
Hi.
All of a sudden I went, wait a minute, I don't even know her name, you know? It is important for you to now start what I call the adult portion of the program that we all step into and go, okay, now what do I want to do? What do I want to be when I grow up? And I don't care what the number is from your driver's license. Okay, none of that means anything. I'm talking about you've made these massive changes in your life over the last 7 years and literally freed yourself. And now there is this fog from the past, okay?
Yeah.
And you need to release it, really let it go. And I don't mean in that old poo-poo, just let it go. I don't mean it that way. I mean really. The boogeyman's not coming to get you. You don't need to look over your shoulder anymore. You're actually safe. And you can create the life that you want.
I hope so. No,
I
feel
I'm
like
telling
finances
you
are stopping me from that, though. I feel
no,
like my financial
sweetheart. No, wait.
situation is.
Do you remember what I said to you about fear? Okay?
Yes.
Wait a minute. Okay? When you relinquish all the excuses, I don't care what they look like, and we all have financial challenges, okay?
Yeah.
When you relinquish that, and I'm not kidding, I say it, turn it over to the universe. Get out of the way, okay? The money will show up that you need for those things to happen. And I'm talking about being realistic.
Right.
I'm not talking, every time I speak to somebody it's kind of like, really? You say you actually want to be Santa Claus, okay? It's like,
Okay.
I'm talking about, because you're realistic, but this fear is the big roadblock. You're not going to have enough money. You're not going to be able to do this. Stop that. Take all those away.
Okay.
Okay, I'm serious. Because the money will come that will make those things possible. And I always say, if we can get our egos out of the way and just let God do his work, and I don't care how someone prays, I don't care what religion they are, we're all God's children, okay?
We are, yeah.
And if we can just get out of the way and let him do his job, he'll open that door for you, but you have to know that he will.
Okay.
And
now,
stop
what about
putting all
health-wise?
these obstacles in your way.
Okay.
Okay? I don't have this and I can't do that. And why? You're not asking to become an astronaut.
Right.
I mean, it's like, you don't want to join Cirque du Soleil. Come on. I mean.
Right. I just want a very stable, happy life.
Yes. And you need
for
to
my kids
not.
and I.
And you need to get that picture out of your head of what you think that looks like.
Okay.
Because, it's always better when we realize we don't control that. Because
Yeah.
if that was what you wanted, you wouldn't have married your ex-husband.
That's true.
And but that's a lesson that you no longer have to deal with. You got it.
Yeah.
And you can let that fear go right now, darling. I'm serious.
Now he's still in the picture though, which I don't like, but he's the father to my children, and they have
honey,
to go
and
see
I
him.
understand. You know what? And you are not in any jeopardy any longer.
Okay.
That's the difference. You were for a very long time, and this last 7 years has been, all righty then. Now what? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Come on, Jerry, let's just survive another day. But this is not about survival. This is actually living and giving yourself permission to be happy. And I don't mean this in the Disneyland kind of way, but really to make your dreams come true. Your kids aren't 3 years old anymore. Come on. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean?
Yeah, I just have to get with it.
Thank you. I could not have said that better myself, because I'm telling you, it's like once you do that, you have no idea how the clarity will come to your mind. It's like, this is what I want to do. And like I said, and it's not being unrealistic. It feels like it's about doing something that makes you feel useful and wanted and appreciated.
Yes.
I mean, that is, and to earn enough money that you don't have to look over your shoulder and go, oh, God, now what? How am I going to do this? But when you know that, you know your worth, okay? And I'm not talking about the dollar amount. I'm talking about what you bring to the party.
Okay.
That is the part, and that God will put you in exactly the right place, in exactly the right job. He'll present exactly the right opportunity.
That's good to hear. I went through a job change over the summer, and I'm still looking in the future. Possibly
sweetheart,
changing,
because that is the placeholder where you are.
Okay.
That's not the job. But
That's
I'm
great.
grateful that it was there, because it was exactly when you needed it. And now this is the opportunity. They all know, Jonathan and Kelly and Barbara always know I'm going to say this, that you're in the Burger King phase where you can have it your way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay? And be it's about being realistic. Okay? It's like, and I'm not talking about you working at Walmart. Okay? I'm talking about you doing something that gives a home to your skill set. You're lovely with people.
Yes.
Open
and I'm
the
a teacher,
door.
but I feel like I'm not using my skills where I need to be.
Jerry, open the door, sweetheart.
Okay.
Okay? And stop being afraid.
I needed to hear that. Thank you.
You have nothing to be afraid of anymore. Now it's the fun part of the program.
Now, can I ask you about something else? My help?
Absolutely. You'll laugh, but when you are more centered, and I mean, you need like 6 more hands to do everything that you think you need to do every 7 minutes of the day. Okay. I mean,
yeah.
But when you give yourself permission to actually center yourself and calm down, and I know I say this all the time, breathe, really breathe.
Yeah.
And when you get overly anxious, I mean, my God, you don't sleep, you don't let yourself eat right.
That's correct.
What the heck are you expecting? You've already been there and done that. Trust me, you're over that. Now I'm telling you, breathe, calm down. This is the new beginning. I'm so excited for you because this is just, you're coming into the happiest time of your life. And these are the first, oh, I just got chills all over me. This is the first step.
That is great to hear because I felt very down and stuck for the past couple months and just wondering when
sweetheart, you've been in hiding to emotionally protect yourself, and you don't need to do that anymore.
Okay.
And I know you're going to love this one. If ever for a second you wonder why you married your ex-husband,
Yep.
I want you to look at your beautiful kids.
Yes, no regrets
And
there.
I want you to look at how valuable the lessons are you learned about exactly what you will never give permission to in your life again.
Yeah. Well, that's great.
And now you're here.
I am, and I'm hoping things turn around and go great.
No, sweetheart, don't hope. And don't try. Those are words that mean you're not sure. I always say trying's like being pregnant. You either are or you're not.
Right.
Okay? And this is, you're going to do this. And you're in this perfect time right now to change this. And it's funny because it feels like if you can do this over this next 5 or 6 weeks, it feels like in October is when that door just swings right open.
Okay, that is great.
So please sit down and, make some realistic, put a few goals in place.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Well, thank you so much. And
By the way,
I think
you will so much physically feel better. You have no idea. You will eat right. You'll start sleeping better. And I want you to do something for yourself. Because you don't shut your brain off when you go to bed.
Right.
I want you every night when you put your head on the pillow, I want you to take 5 minutes. I want you to really breathe deeply and let it out 2-3 times.
Okay.
And I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to do 5 minutes is all it takes. A little meditation. I am relaxed. I am completely relaxed.
Okay.
I talk to God every night when I go to bed.
I do too.
Every night. I know.
Yeah.
And then you talk to yourself about being relaxed.
Okay. I will definitely try that.
I
will definitely do
try
that.
it. Do that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, my friend, please let us know.
I will do that. Well, thank you so much for your time.
You are welcome, and please give your beautiful babies big hugs from us.
Great. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye, sweetheart.
Okay, the next caller is 561. 561, you're on the air.
Hello, it's Christopher.
Hi, Christopher.
How are you?
Every day's a good day, dear. What can I do for you?
Last time I spoke to you, I talked about experiences I had about Hawaii and stuff.
Mhm.
I had something interesting. They have a public website that you can take pictures of the place.
Right.
Have the public can access a webcam.
Right.
I got a rainbow and nobody could see the picture for close to a couple hours. It was really weird.
No, it's not. Why do you think it's weird?
Because nobody was able to see it except me. It was like a message just for me.
I don't find that weird. That sounds just like real life.
Mhm.
Those are things that happen every day, Christopher. And they're sort of like little gifts from the universe.
it
So
was
don't
amazing.
be alarmed. I think that's beautiful.
What do you think they were telling me? I've been thinking about the place as part of my future
What in
path.
the world could a rainbow possibly represent? Come on, you know this.
Renewal?
Yeah, hello. Yes, sir.
Right on the beach.
Yep. What the heck are you waiting for, my friend?
It's like I had coincidence of someone correctly telling me the name of a temple like 500 years ago in that state. It was
Okay.
like getting, and it matched the place that I dreamed about. It was,
That's wonderful. So what the heck are you waiting for?
I'm poor.
No, honey, poor is a frame of mind. Money is only a convenience.
Hmm?
Money is a convenience. Poor is a frame of mind, Christopher.
Okay.
And I'm going to say to you what I said to the other lady. When you stop reinforcing that, okay, that you're not
Okay.
poor. Yeah. Because every time you say that, the universe goes, oh, okay, he's poor. He wants to be poor.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yes, sir. So
Oh,
I would reframe that if I were you. Okay?
what would? What? Oh, the best
Surprise.
thing was say challenges to overcome.
And you know what? It's only a challenge if you perceive it that way.
Okay.
Because these things are not difficult to change.
All right.
And altering the way you see yourself, only you can do that.
Okay.
Try it. You'll like it.
I have a second question.
What's that, dear?
About my health. I
Okay.
need to have quite a few things done,
Mhm.
but insurance-wise, where I currently live, is not possible without it's not covered. How you think I probably should wait till after I move to get it fixed?
I
Because
think
it's
if
quite
you're
expensive.
yes, well, everything having to do with healthcare is expensive, unless you have the right insurance. It probably would behoove you to wait until you have relocated. I think that it will be easier for you to get this fixed, and it feels like you'll be put with, it'll be covered, and there will be an opportunity for you to get the help that you need, and it feels like you will be directed to exactly the correct doctor that actually can help you.
Yeah,
I like it.
I have eye issues, and I have
Mhm.
bad teeth and a guanal hernia.
Well, that's a combo pack, and the good news is
Along
they're
with
all
everything else I got.
yeah, but they're all fixable, honey. I always say it's just like real life. We've all got stuff, you know, or genetics, that gift that keeps on giving, you know.
Oh, I'm one of those that keeps on giving for me.
Well, you know, but that's real life. We all have it, and it depends on the eyes that you look at things through. It's like when you're ready
Okay.
to to feel better and to actually do something about it. Stop looking, start acting.
Yeah, I know
You know?
here where I live, it's if you have a pre-existing problem that occurred before you're 22 and you get paid by the government for that condition, it's very hard to get coverage here in Pennsylvania.
Well, and that's why when you move, it feels like that will probably not be an issue.
Hey, yeah,
Now,
the
what the
main
heck are
thing
you still doing there?
family.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it. Okay. Well, and when you're ready, you will actually make the move.
Oh, I will. What's funny is that I learned the hard way that it's easier to fix someone who's diabetic than someone who is born with what they got.
Well, I think we're all born with it, with certain things, but it depends on how we deal with it. And I always think when we're ready to deal with it. Because everybody's got stuff, Christopher. You know? And anybody that tells you they haven't is delusional.
Yeah, the other reason I want to move is because they said here the only way I would get that kind of help was by going to a home.
Honey, you know what? You need to make some decisions about what you want to change in your life. And when you are ready, you will act on those. Got it?
Yeah, you're always insightful and helpful.
You know what? I just work here. That's what I want to do, is help people. And I always say I'll do
great.
this as long as God wants me to. Honey, I just work here. I'm just a little kid from L.A.
I listened to
But
you a
thank you
couple
very
weeks
much.
ago,
Mhm.
and I think you saved a caller's life.
Oh, that's very sweet of you. That's very
Because
sweet
the reading I got of the lady,
of you.
she was on the edge.
Well, I hope that she is okay now.
She will because of you, I think.
Well,
She will be
you
okay.
know what I just work here, sweetheart. You know, I'm just a conduit.
Does that answer your questions, Christopher?
Yep, I just want to tell you you're doing great.
Thank you.
Well,
I
thank you.
appreciate that. And you take care of
I
yourself, okay?
Okay, and have a blessed night.
Okay.
You too, our friend.
Area code 407, you're on the air.
Bye.
Hi.
Hi there.
Hi, this is Lori. How are you, Karen? Wonderful readings. I think I took notes on everybody's reading and attributed
bless
to
your
my
heart.
own.
Bless your heart. How are
Some of
you?
I'm doing really, really good. I one of my friends I discovered moved on to the other side of the veil, so I contacted her mom, and her mom just kind of hinted at the fact that she wanted me to be a ghostwriter because her husband had an incredible life, and then she vigorously backed away in a kind of weird way, and her name is Denise. Can you give me insight on that situation?
Sweetheart, she is so ill prepared to make a commitment like that.
Yeah.
Do not take it personally. It had nothing whatsoever to do with you. It is a moment in time. And she will speak to you again about this when she understands that unfortunately that is what she's going through is a part of what we all go through in life.
Yeah.
It's part of the educational process of our journeys. We all love people. We all lose people. They go to the other side. Only the truth is they never leave us because, thank God, we have memories. And that's really what we carry on with. And yes, we're all going to cry selfish tears because we miss what I always call the Karenism of used to-ness, the things that we're used to doing with them, calling them, talking to them every day, or going for a drive, or going to a movie, or pick something. But the good news is those live inside of us, and they don't go anywhere, honey. I always compare our bodies to a car. We're not our bodies. And just like a car, we need to take care of things, and eventually the car is going to kind of go, okay, I'm going to sleep permanently now. And it's time for something new. And our soul is the only thing that lives on. This is just a big classroom. And if we were meant to live forever, we would. But our souls wouldn't learn anything. So this life that we're all in, it's each one of us comes in with a little list of lessons. Some people have longer lists because they clearly haven't learned much, but it's a big classroom.
Mhm.
And I am the last living member in my family, Lori. I do not have one blood relative. And I have never had a day alone in my life.
Wow.
We're not our bodies, sweetheart. And I'm sorry that your friend's mother is in such grief. But I promise you can talk to your friend. She'll let you know she's there.
Oh, I do. I've been talking to her because I felt that she was gone a couple of years back. It's almost like a light gets dim when I'm looking. Like I meditate and the light's dim. I'm like, uh-oh, the light's off. Uh-oh, the light's off. And then I know something's wrong.
Yeah. And that's your gift, is to know that, because there is a powerful bond. And she'll show up and let you know she's around. And you have a whole group of people that are still in touch.
Oh, I know.
So
I know.
Rest your heart, sweetie, and don't worry about your friend's mother. She will figure it out, and you will definitely hear from her again.
Okay. Bless her heart. Bless her heart.
And the interesting thing is it's not a shock to you, it's not a shock to me, okay? But to her it is. What the people that we love, sometimes we form attachments where we think they're immortal and they're never going to go anywhere. And the part that people don't get is hearing God laugh.
Okay.
It's like, oh, yeah, it'll be time to move on one of these days, but do what you're supposed to do here. Keep learning.
Yeah.
So rest your heart, sweetie.
I will.
Rest your heart.
I say it. I think you've given us all so many wonderful pearls of wisdom tonight. I wasn't exactly when I told you that I jotted down notes. If you look at my little styrofoam notebook, stop being afraid of what you can't control.
Right.
It's just that's my input.
Fear is such a wasted emotion.
It's funny when I hear her talking about her taking notes. That reminds me of Kelly. Kelly does it all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. I'll be on the phone with her. She'll be like, "Well, I was taking notes during the show, and I."
Yeah.
Well, thank God somebody is. Thank you both.
Jonathan's a Gemini like me, so I'm sure he's a note taker too.
I love it.
Aww.
Well, will you let us know how you are, please?
Oh, yes, indeed. Indeed. and I'll keep on gleaning from everybody's beautiful synchronicity of energies. Y'all banged it out again. Awesome show.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart. We love doing the show, and we love that you guys call and talk to us on all of the shows.
Yeah. Yes. Are you still getting a shower today?
Oh, me? Yes. I don't know.
You're talking to Lori, aren't you, Kelly?
Yeah.
Yes. When?
That's what I was wondering.
Let's see here. Now we have. Okay, here's. I'll set this up right now. There is a chakra day set up on the 30th, but you know, if you don't have a problem with doing one the 31st, I could get you in for the 31st. I mean, if that's what you want, Kelly, or if you want. If you're okay with doing it one day after another.
I can do it.
Okay. Are you okay with that, Kelly, without that, Lori?
Yeah, definitely. Sounds like fun.
Very cool. Let's do this.
I love it.
Okay. Lori, I'm trying to pronounce, let me see if I can pronounce your last, let me write down everything here, okay?
Uh-huh.
Lori Germone, right?
Yeah, that's it.
The beautiful name. That's so funny. I was thinking about our conversation last night. Isn't that interesting?
What were you thinking?
I was thinking about how lovely you are, and when we were talking about your husband, how connected I felt to you guys. It was so funny.
Really? Aww.
Yeah.
Do tell. How?
Well, I don't know. It almost felt like I knew you guys, you know?
Oh,
do you remember when
cool.
I said to you, oh, it's Moroccan, right? And we talked about all that, and it's like, oh, my God, I know them.
Oh, that's funny. That's cool.
Isn't that funny? It all felt so familiar to me.
Wow. Maybe I'm in another dimension or in another lifetime, because when I looked at everybody's pictures, I was able to connect to Barbara, to Kelly, to you, and even Jonathan looks like one of my cousins.
Isn't that funny?
Oh,
well, because it just felt so familiar. Yeah. Isn't that funny?
Oh, very, in a good way.
Oh, in a lovely way.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because when I heard your voice today, it was like, oh my God, there she is again. Hey, you know, it was like the little kid in me that was going, hi. You know?
Oh, I had the same effect though, because when you said, "Oh, you're Moroccan," I'm like, my heart jumped. It was like butterflies. My heart fluttered, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that means I'm going to meet her." Oh.
Isn't that interesting? And it's so funny. It's like I could have picked just about anywhere else, but that was crystal clear to me. It's so funny when my mom used to say when I had dinner parties, my house looks like the UN.
Oh, that's cool.
Is that funny? I mean, it is. Well, I told you my ex-mother-in-law on Thanksgiving, she came into the kitchen, and poor thing, she just, I mean, she didn't know where to put me, you know. She said, she came in the kitchen and I have friends literally from everywhere. And I had friends from South America that had flown in. I have friends that are from every background, every religion. They're the entire color scale of tan. I mean, it's like everything. And I think to myself, I wouldn't change one moment of this. My ex-mother-in-law walks into the kitchen as I'm taking. It was a Thanksgiving, and I usually did Thanksgiving for between 40 and 65 people, and I do all the baking and all the cooking and right, and it was I'm the happiest person in the world when I can do that, right? And my mother-in-law, who would not take a glass of water in my house because I just scared her out of her wits. Poor thing. And she said to me, your friends are certainly different. And I turned around and I looked at her and I said, you mean from you? I said, yes. I said, you might want to go out there and speak to them. They're pretty darn amazing. You could actually learn something.
Wow.
Well, to say that was the end of that conversation would be the understatement of the century.
Wow.
Between the white from dark to dark ebony tan colors, all of them, okay, to all the different accents, okay. Poor thing, she just doesn't know where to put me. And I was so grateful she didn't.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, you poor dear, your little tiny world, you know.
Wow.
Living in a shoe, you know. And I think we're the lucky ones, you know.
Yeah.
We all live in a much bigger world and realize, you know, we're all God's children. Doesn't matter what we sound like, look like, any of that. We're all God's children.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? And we all want the same things, no matter what form it comes in. I don't care where you live, you know, or what your accent is, or what languages you speak. None of that's relevant.
No, not at all. Wow.
And I think we are so blessed you know, that we know that.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, I just want to let you know, Lori, I scheduled your chakra day for the 31st, and Kelly has the link to it.
Yay!
Thank you. Yeah, thanks. And Lori, if you're on Facebook, look me up on me.
Yay!
Yay! It's so much fun. I can't wait. I was just going to try. Oh, my gosh. You're going to. Oh, wow. I'm so humbled. Again, the butterflies in my tummy.
You are
I'm
so
like
sweet.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Just adore. So am I. Oh,
well,
I was
you
gonna
know,
say,
I never believe people meet by accident.
Nope.
Ever. And there's a reason that you found the show. You know.
Yeah.
So it's like finding your another home that you forgot you had.
Oh, it's so true. That's a good way of putting it.
Isn't it the truth though? I mean, she's one of us.
Yes, exactly.
Well,
So
Lori's part of our family.
Oh,
a lot of things that Lori says is very similar to Kelly. It's like oh I wrote that down. Oh my God, I'm getting
sweet
used to
though.
it.
I love it.
Yeah. A lot of
I love it.
similarities.
Well, and we know what a beautiful spirit that Kelly has, so that's an enormous compliment.
Aw, thank you.
how she does.
It is absolutely
thank
true.
you. What part of Morocco? Because I've been to Tangier.
Okay, we've got a house in Casablanca. And,
It's so gorgeous there.
It is.
Oh.
And he's got relatives that have been there over 150 years. So it's hard for him to
How
walk
beautiful
anywhere.
is that, though?
It's mind-blowing.
Wow.
I'm like, and you married this little mutt? You married this little American mutt who barely knows where her...
We all are, sweetheart.
Yep.
Thank God.
Right. Oh, my gosh. Wouldn't it be boring if we were all the same?
Oh, you know, every time, it's funny because I remember when I went to visit my sister, she moved from Los Angeles to this tiny little town somewhere back in New England, and I went to visit her, and I took her out to lunch one day, and we walked into the restaurant and everybody, you know, those scenes in a movie where everybody freezes
Yeah.
and stares at staring at everybody was staring at me, right? I had on jeans and a T-shirt, and I turned and I looked at my sister. I said, "What in the world are they staring at? Is my slip hanging?" I had on jeans and a T-shirt. And she said to me, "No, they know you don't belong here." And I said, "Really?" I said, "What in the world are you talking about?" She said, "Look at your hair. Look at your nails. You're not wearing the uniform." The uniform was a sweat outfit, sweatpants and a sweatshirt. It's like, you're right. I'm so overdressed for the occasion. Of course. I looked at her and I went, "You are just weird." And I've lived all over the world, and the funniest part to me is I go to visit someplace in the United States to see my sister, and people are staring at me like I fell from another planet. I live all over the world, and people come up to speak to me in whatever language it is, which, of course, that was not one of the gifts God gave me. He said, "Get behind the door, Karen. You're never going to need that." And no one ever said to me, "What are you doing here?" Or "You don't belong here." Like, I think we're the lucky ones that we've traveled.
Yeah. Wow.
I love it. So, see, we're all mutts, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Well, we're about out of time, but thank you, Karen, for reading for Robin. I mean, she's done a lot of great things for us, so it's
she
great
is
that
so
she got
lovely.
read.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
And thank you, Kelly, and thank you, Barbara as well, and thank you, Lori, for calling in.
Lori, you are a doll, and I'm so glad that you're part of our family.
Yeah.
I you guys all feel so clear. It almost feels like we're just picking back up again from what dimension I don't know, but we're all just picking back up again. This is so cool.
That's the truth. That is the truth, sweetheart.
Wow.
Well, God bless, and we will talk again soon, I'm sure.
Yeah. Look me up on
Okay.
Facebook.
Well, see everybody tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
See you then. Thank you.
Good night, you guys. I love you.
Good night. Love you too.